There was a time in my life when I thought strength meant holding on, gripping tightly to everything I feared to lose. I believed that if I never let go, I would stay safe. But as the years passed, I discovered that true strength is not found in holding on, but in the courage to release. Letting go does not mean giving up. It means trusting that some things are meant to end so new things can begin. Only when our hands are open can we receive what life has to offer. Only when our hearts are light can we keep walking forward. To reach what is possible, sometimes we must dare to attempt what seems impossible. No one walks into the light without first passing through darkness. No one truly appreciates joy without knowing sorrow. And no one can understand who they are until they have been lost. We can share knowledge, but wisdom, real wisdom, cannot be taught. It must be lived. It is born in the places we fall, in the wounds we try to heal, in the questions we whisper to ourselves in silence. Who am I? What am I living for? So many of us try to run from pain. We bury it, distract ourselves, pretend it doesn't exist. But as Hermann Hesse once said, love your suffering, for suffering is not our enemy, it is our teacher. The pain itself does not destroy us, our resistance to it does. When we stop fighting our pain and learn to listen, it tells us what we need to know. Faith and doubt walk hand in hand. You cannot truly believe if you have never doubted. Doubt tests faith. It deepens it. A belief that has never been questioned is only habit, not truth. When we dare to face our doubts, we begin to understand what faith really means. Many people spend their lives chasing happiness for themselves. They build walls to protect their comfort and call that peace. But real maturity begins when we start living for others. When we discover that love is not just about receiving, but giving. Love does not demand perfection. It accepts imperfection. To like someone is to see their beauty despite their flaws. But to love someone is to love them because of their flaws. For without them, they would not be who they are. Love, when it is real, is not about changing another person, but seeing them fully and choosing them anyway. There are moments when solitude finds us, and we mistake it for loneliness. But solitude is not our enemy. It is our guide. It is the path destiny uses to lead us back to ourselves. In the silence of solitude, we hear the voice we have long ignored, the voice of the soul. There, we realize that being alone does not mean being empty. It means being whole. Truth is not something to memorize or preach. Truth must be lived. And often, within every truth, its opposite is also true. Life is full of paradoxes. We learn by failing, we heal by hurting, we find peace by walking through chaos. Growth happens not in certainty, but in contradiction. Each of us is on a journey back to our true self. No one has ever been fully themselves from the start. Every day we peel away a little of what the world has put on us. Expectations, fears, roles, masks. We are all actors in a play, pretending to be who others need us to be, until one day we get tired of acting and start searching for the person underneath. Hesse once wrote, "Man is like an onion made up of many layers." We peel back layer after layer, the layer of pride, of fear, of desire, until we reach what is simple, pure, and real. Sometimes it hurts to shed what we thought was part of us, but each layer removed brings us closer to who we truly are. Happiness, we eventually learn, is not something to possess. It's not a thing you can earn, buy, or hold in your hand. Happiness is a way of living, a way of seeing, a way of being. It is not what we have, but how we live. It is not an object, but a skill, something we practice every day through gratitude and awareness. To live fully, we must learn 3 simple arts: to dream, to think, and to wait. Everyone can reach their destination if they know how to believe, to be patient, and to dream again. Dreams give direction to our steps, and no matter how old we are, we can always begin again. Age does not close the door to dreams, only fear does. But before we find peace, we must walk through chaos. Chaos is not something to avoid. It is something to face, to experience, to transform. It is through chaos that new order is born, just as dawn rises from the dark. And in this noisy, rushing world, perhaps the most beautiful thing we can do is make someone a little happier. Even a small act of kindness, a smile, a word of encouragement, a moment of listening can change a person's day, perhaps even their life. We do not need permission to be kind. The world always needs more quiet goodness. Learn from yourself. Be both your teacher and your student. Think more, speak less. Words often distort what the heart knows. Understanding comes from reflection, not from noise. And in the end, remember this: we were not born to become copies of one another. We were born to see each other, to understand, to respect, and to honor what makes us different. The world does not need more people who look and think the same. It needs more souls who dare to be honest, souls who know how to look inward, to love deeply, and to live truly. Because in the end, the longest and most important journey we will ever take is not across mountains, oceans, or time. It is the journey inward, the journey back to ourselves.